Hi everybody, I'm gonna wade into some troubled waters here. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I think we can have a pretty good conversation about this. I'm gonna preface this with: do try to be an adult. Let's not get into flame wars or anything like that. We all have different political and religious views, but we can keep it respectful. I'm going to preface this with a couple of things. Number one, I am a libertarian. Ron Paul is my man. I don't like Trump. I don't like Hillary Clinton. I don't think either of them have any shred of moral fiber in them. Nancy Pelosi is on my shit list now as well. If she's not on yours, she ought to be. Chuck Schumer, also on my shit list. Man has no moral compass whatsoever. None of them do. I want to bring this up because what we're witnessing right now is actually kind of a beautiful thing in a really sick, twisted, fucked up way. What we have is the true colors proudly on display of all of our leaders in Washington. Nobody gives a fuck about the people. That much should be abundantly clear by now. Okay? There's no empathy for people. There's no sympathy. There's no sense of duty. There's no authentic sense of duty going on with the leaders. Now you can see it in the Congress people. Congress, they are, behind the scenes and in the halls, they're trying to get shit done. We know that. Okay, this is not a political party thing. This is the leaders of the political parties butting heads, and I'll dive into that in a minute. So what we know is that our representatives are chomping at the bit to do their job, to compromise, let's get the government open. They're wanting to go. The brakes are being applied elsewhere. Okay? And it centers around Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump. Now, as I said earlier, the shutdown is not about any of the things that Pelosi, Schumer, or Trump are actually saying. I can break this down for you. If you haven't ever picked up a book by Robert Greene, you definitely need to. There are two books that apply to what's going on right now. There's the 48 Laws of Power, and there's the 33 Strategies of War. Both of these are like the playbooks for people in leadership positions and people in strategic positions. What this is a chosen battle conflict, okay? A chosen battle is one particular battle that's part of a large campaign that tends to stand out for symbolic reasons. I'll give you a good example everybody ought to be familiar with, and that would be D-Day, storming the beach at Normandy of World War II. It very much applies here. For the younger generation, we're talking about the Battle of Fallujah, and even more recently, our campaign against ISIS. But for those of us in our decades of life, storming the beach at Normandy, I think, applies as far as what's going on here. So this is a chosen battle. This is a symbolic battle. This has absolutely nothing to do with any of their justifications. It's not even about a wall. It's not about a wall. It's not about the campaign promise to deliver the wall. It's not about the moral compass, or the morality of the wall. It's not even about the wall. Like, the wall is the distraction, okay? It's just the chosen battleground, right? So think about that a second. They've long been planning. They've long known that if Democrats take over a majority in either house, that there will be a showdown. We've known this for 2 years. They have known this for 2 years, and they've long known that it's going to come down to the wall. Because it's one of the most publicly divisive battlegrounds. Because it's not about the money. We sneeze billions and 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 billions of dollars. Okay? 5 billion is nothing. Okay? So it's not about the money. It's not about security. It's not about morality. It's not about campaign promises. It's about one thing. Think D-Day. The Allied troops have arrived on shore. And I apologize to my conservative friends about comparing the Republican Party to the Axis of power. However, the reason for the comparison here is because the Allies were a foreign invading force coming into Europe, and the Axis were the incumbent military force at the time. So the Republicans are the incumbent force. We have the freshman class coming in. They are the foreign invading army. Okay? I don't want to see any comments about how I'm a Nazi sympathizer or any of that bullshit. It just has to do with who the home team is and who the away team is. All right, so shut it up before you even say it. Right? We have the new freshman class of 2018-2019 coming in, and they're motivated. They're young. We got a lot of young blood, a lot of diverse new faces. Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House, but very clearly Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is sort of the figurehead for the freshman class. I don't really know how I feel about her, and I'm not going to get into that. But that's the situation that we have. We have the motivated freshman class storming the beaches at Washington, coming in, trying to gain a foothold, and get situated and settled in politically. Okay, and then we have the defending Republicans that are, it's their territory, and they're gonna, lead back with opposition. Why? Because politically it looks bad to have the new Democrats come in and calling all the shots. It's like, you're the new kids. Y'all just showed up. Don't be showing up trying to think you're the boss, right? We're the boss. So, yeah, that is the basic dynamic of what we're facing right now. And the wall is just a distraction. And you can tell this. You can tell that they don't care about the wall, and that it's not about the wall, by how tightly they cling to teleprompters, because all of the impromptu statements that you see are highly not conflictive. Damn it, what's the word I'm looking for? Hypocritical. That wasn't quite the word, but I'm going to use it. The word I was looking for was contradictory. There it is. Me and my slow brain. I haven't had coffee yet. Okay? So just bear with me. Damn it, I forgot the word I used. Fuck. I blame birthdays. Birthdays is responsible. Where was I? Damn it. So maybe I should have some coffee. Yeah. So to get back into this, it's a symbolic battle, and we all sort of knew. It was no secret for those of us who follow politics. We knew it was going to come down to a big showdown. It's been coming to a big showdown for the last 2 years, ever since the night Trump was announced as president. We've known that the next election was going to be a big showdown. We were expecting a blue tidal wave. We didn't quite get a blue tidal wave. We just got a blue water leak. But they're still the majority, right? We've been expecting this. What none of us expected was the government, or for any of them, to take it as far as they have. want to sort of, this is just my theory, my opinion. I've been watching politics for about the last 12 years and following it. I think it's highly entertaining. I watch it like it's wrestling, okay? I watch it like it's wrestling because every 2 years you have different coalitions, different factions, you got different people teaming up. It all comes down to WrestleMania in the elections. And shit matters because everybody has skin in the game. We all pay taxes, right? We're already paying for this shit show. Might as well watch it. And so I've been watching politics for a while, and the thing that sort of strikes me as what's going on between Trump and Pelosi, Trump is not a career politician. He does not give a fuck about his political career because once he's done being president, either in 2 years or in 6 years, Trump Enterprises is going to be hiring. I'm going to call it now. I don't think he's actually going to rerun for president. I think he's probably going to say, fuck this shit, I'm going to go back to just being rich and running my own show. Is what I think. I think if he gets big wins, and I think if the people rally behind him again like they did before, I think he might stay. But I think if his chances are looking dodgy, I think he's just going to save the energy and effort and just not rerun. That's just kind of sort of how I see it. Nancy Pelosi, though, she is a career politician, so she has more skin in the game. This is going to follow her for the rest of her career, and so she wants to make sure that in the end she stays on the side of championing the Democratic talking points. That's all about what this is. If she gives in to Trump right now, well, then that basically defeats the whole blue wave, right? Because they will have come into Congress fully motivated, and the first thing that would happen is they would be Trump's bitch, and that's not what she's gonna do. She's just not. Trump's not gonna let all of the new little children come running in and call the shots. They just got here. You don't get to do that. So what most rational people, normal rational people do, is they compromise. That's not what's going to happen here. This is a battle of superiority, a battle of supremacy. It's a battle of ego. The people don't matter. The wall doesn't matter. None of it matters. It's the fact that it's just a chosen symbolic battle. And just like D-Day, it's going to be a bloody one and a nasty one. And unfortunately, we know who it's hurting. It's hurting our federal workers. They don't deserve that shit. You know, nobody does. Right? They're going without pay right now because of an ideological, symbolic conflict. Okay? I'll tell you this flat out. I support the wall for no other reason than somebody tell me the benefits of empty land in terms of security. I think it makes absolute sense. Do we need walls everywhere? No. But where they're at, if we build them where they're useful, they will be useful. And I think that there are stretches along our very long Texas border here where a wall could be pretty damn useful. Mostly where the coyotes cross and where all the rape trees are. And if you don't know what rape trees are, Google it. It's horrible. It's all along our border. That being said, if there's political will, I can wait for the shit, get people paid, and take it someplace else. And it's up to one of them to compromise. Neither one of them are going to do it, apparently. So what I'd love to see, our solution, the judicial system is going to have to step in here. And I hope that they do. So thank you very much. Please like, comment, or share. Do please keep it friendly. No flame wars. I'll see you on the next video.